It's time for Ask the Meteorologist. This week, we're talking about the computer models.
What are computer models?
Basically, how they work. I mean, we're always talking about them and mentioning them in our forecasts, and this question is about how they work. John has asked this from Central Point. How do weather computers know what the weather is going to be like a few days before it happens? So I show these all the time in all of my Ask the Meteorologist questions. This is one of the computer models I look at every morning. It's called the GFS. These are 4-panel charts. They show different levels of our atmosphere. I look at them for all time periods of every day in our 7-day forecast. This is another computer model. It's called the NAM. So the question is, where does all of this data come from? My forecast is based off of the computer model forecast. How does it generate a forecast? The simple answer is very, very complex equations. I know we always have to make it difficult, but that's just the way our science brains work. It's called numerical weather prediction, and this is why us meteorologists are required to take so many math classes, so much calculus when getting our degree, because these computer models are generated using these equations. All of these crazy equations take all of the current conditions in our atmosphere, whether it be temperature, moisture content, wind direction, wind speed, throughout all the different levels of our atmosphere, and they plug them into those complex equations, and they spit out a graphical forecast. So that's what I look at every single morning when I'm putting your forecast together. Where do these current conditions come from? Well, there's a variety of things that measure current conditions. Ship and buoy data, we have satellites up in space, we have radiosondes, those balloons that are released by the National Weather Service 2 times every day across our country. All of those things record current conditions, and they get plugged into those very, very complex equations. Awesome question. John, thanks for asking your question. If you have a question, head to our website. I'd love to answer it. We are in need of more questions. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.